Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Cyborg Gaming. We're finally here for season 2 of our Formula 1 2021 My Team Career Mode. If you guys haven't seen the last season, click the playlist above me. You can go watch any of the races that you want. We had a pretty good debut season for Cyborg Racing. We finished P7 in the Drivers' Championship with 88 points, and then in the constructors we also finished P7 with 88 points. And my point being that our second drivers did not do anything last season. They both had 0 points. We had Giuliano Alesi for the first half of the season, and then we tried to renegotiate and sign another driver halfway through, and the negotiations fell through. And then we had to use our reserve driver, Aaron Barnes. And he was a 25 overall rated driver, so he's definitely not going to be scoring any points for us. But it's a new season, a new hope, and we're going to be signing a new driver here. We also got a new livery coming up later that I'm excited to show you guys. I spent a few hours on Photoshop just learning how to use it in order to make this thing. So if you guys want, drop a like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed as well to see this livery race throughout the season. So as you can see here, I was trying to sign some other people, but then I realized I didn't have any money. And these drivers are pretty expensive, so there's got to be a balancing act between the driver you want and how much you want to develop the facilities and the cars. So looking back on it, I think it is good that we went with Schwartzman, because he's got a high rating. His experience is a little low, but his racecraft, his awareness, and his pace are pretty decent. He's got a high focus as well. So I think throughout the season he will get better and he will be able to help us. They're definitely better than Aaron Barnes, and I think anyone better than Aaron Barnes can actually help Cyborg Racing score some points this season and hopefully put us in the running for the top of the grid. We also had to renew our sponsorship deals for the season, and I decided to renew the first two because they were pretty good. All you had to do was answer some press questions and complete 30 laps in as a team, so pretty easy money there. However, we did unlock a third secondary sponsor for the team, and I have higher goals for the season, so I went for something a little more ballsy. Not too ballsy like finishing at the podium, because I'm not exactly sure how we're going to be doing at the start of the season, and I want to get enough or as much income as possible for the team starting at the beginning of the season. So I went for this sponsorship here, where you have to just qualify over P10, which at the end of the season last year we did do pretty consistently, so I'm confident that we'll be able to secure that money for the team. We also got a brand new schedule this season. Now I'm not doing the full 23 race calendar, simply because it's gonna take me way too long, and F1 2022 will probably be out by the time I finish 23 races, edit the videos, and post them for you guys. And then 10 races is too small for all the tracks I want to include, so I feel like 16 is the right way to go. I wish you can edit the calendar and which races were first, because I'd probably put the newer tracks up top. But unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until the end of the season for Jeddah. So we got Bahrain, Imola, Monaco. Hopefully we have a better outing in Monaco than we did last season. Azerbaijan, Canada, Austria, Britain, Hungary, Belgium, Monza, Russia, Singapore, Japan, USA. We're not doing Mexico again. Brazil, and to end off the season, we're going to be ending it in Saudi Arabia. So I think it is a pretty good calendar. There's maybe some tracks that some other people would put on, but again, I'm not the greatest at all these tracks, so this is a schedule I decided to go with. And I know that with these tracks we're going to be able to put up a much better season than we did last year. Last things before we get to the livery and race suit debuts, we have a lot of money from last season. We got $25 million, so I went ahead and started upgrading the facilities to spec 2, just so that when the R&D points start coming in, we will have those Spec 2 facilities ready, because besides maybe 2 or 3 components for all 4 departments, we have maxed out our car for Spec 1. So we're gonna need everything to be Spec 2 ready ASAP, so we can get those parts into the car and again hopefully compete for the top of the grid. But I know most of you probably just came here to see what the livery looks like, so I made this little trailer for the livery. The one that is included in this game doesn't do it justice, so here you guys go. Here's the livery. Again, make sure you guys drop a like, make sure you're subscribed for the season ahead. But here is the new livery, guys. This did take me quite a bit of time on Photoshop, mainly because I don't know how Photoshop works, so it was a new learning experience for me. But here's the livery in all of its glory. We got a very shiny chromatic red on the main body of the car, with the whitish, grayish I guess secondary color. Put some black spots all over the car just to give it a bit of a darker tone and a bit of a design detail. The main problem for me was trying not to make the car look like a Ferrari. I just had to make my channel colors red, black, and white. So I was trying to go for something a little different. It is a relatively simple overall livery design. It was my first time again using Photoshop, and it shouldn't have taken me as long as it did if I actually knew how Photoshop works. So maybe the second time around, maybe for 2022 or next season if we get there, this livery will be a lot easier to design. We also got a new race suit, as you guys saw at the end of the teaser trailer. This, for point of reference, probably took me 30 minutes tops. It did not take long to do this, because at this point I was working on designing the car so much that when it comes to this livery design and the 2D painting you got to do on Photoshop, I had a pretty good handle on it, so this didn't take me that long. And it's a pretty basic design as well. We got some red and gray with I guess a little split V section through the middle of the race suit. I like it. It's a lot different than any of the other race suits from the actual teams on the grid. And I think it'll pop out when we inevitably get on the podium at some point, hopefully during the season. We also got the sponsorships for CYBORG Racing. Not really, these are just kind of brands I like. We got Fossil. You can't really see it at the moment, but you'll see it on the car. Not the most expensive brand or anything, but I wear their watches all the time. We got Nestea because I just love Nestea, and we got Lenovo. Every company's got, or every race team has got some sort of technology company backing them. And we also got the Jordan brand sponsoring, or fake sponsoring. Let me be very clear about that. Fake sponsoring the CYBORG Racing merchandise and clothing. So it's gonna be a great season, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up there. We've covered everything we've needed to. We're ready for Bahrain now. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you guys for episode 1 of season 2 very soon.